EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set.
Lawrence going to put it up right away. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll rifle this one deep right side. This is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Lawrence. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Jags are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready. Red, cycle. Ready.
Throwing to start the drive. Peters. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Come on, set.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Operating from the gun, Peters. This is Smith to the ground. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Yellow. Hey, green. Flag blue.
Back to throw. Peters. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Operating from the gun, Peters. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Peters looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. And this one is no good. He missed it.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Jaguars. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Peters. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. To throw on 3rd down. Peters. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. taken at about the 1. Rodgers on the return. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I'll overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So,
second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He's got a man complete. 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Calvin Ridley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Peters. Airing it out deep for Smith. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey,
now Lawrence to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Hey, Mike Devin. Go.
Lawrence will throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Quality coverage that time to slow down what's been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
Ready.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, orbit.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Hey, box truck. Bud. Hey, jump it. Hey, sit.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30. ETN up the middle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long.
Hey, echo. Hey, exit.
Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Ready, set.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Hey, red, watch it, 6. Red, cycle. Ready.
On 3rd down, Peters looking here for Smith downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here we go, here we go. Green, yellow. White, blue. Green, jack. Cloud, red.
They'll try and throw for it here. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no comment.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half.
The extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Ready?
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Operating from the gun, Peters. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Red, yellow, set.
On 1st and 10, Peters. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Peters. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw. Peters. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And down inside the 15 he goes. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Peters. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw.
Swinging this out for Pollard.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard from 13 yards out.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Here's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, over. Hey, you.
On play action, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's Logan Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
He sets to fire deep. It's caught inside the 25.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Yeah. Hey, box drop. Five. Hey, jump it.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. ETN bringing in another one.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Touchdown. Travis Etienne. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Ready,
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's 4th. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Peters. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Yellow, go. Ball red.
Looking to throw. Peters. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith.
Let's go.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Now a give here to Pollard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Peters. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Jaguars are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit.
Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running out of the gun with ETN. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down. Straight ahead, ETN. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Lawrence going to get this to ETN. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll They'll go again with Etienne. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. This will be caught at about the 6. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ready?
Now Lawrence. Hard throw, incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Looking to throw. Peters. Goes right back to Smith again. Trucks over him. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. That one goes for 30 yards.
Down.
Run for Pollard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Let's go now.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
I'm ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On the set.
On 1st down, Lawrence. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Cowboys come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a fun one today.